Welcome back to the episode of Last One y Nos Vamos.
Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode, mi
Bing, bing,
gente.
bing, bing. ¿Cómo andamos, Lenchito? No. ¿Y cómo andamos, compa Lupe? Síguele.
I don't know that song like you.
He goes, andamos al mil por millón.
Allá por la madrugada.
Something la madrugada. Crickets. I like your background, Lechito.
Oh, thank you,
It looks
Margarita.
good.
Where can we find you? Where's your socials at?
Thanks for the reminder. Okay, guys, my name is Margarita. You can find me on TikTok and on Instagram as your favorite Margarita.
Yes, and you can find me at Last One y Nos Vamos or Ruthless Clothing.
Good catch.
As Lenchito.
Good catch, Lenchito. Good catch. I like your background.
Thank you. You like my squares?
I love your squares.
Hopefully you don't start seeing too many squares in your dreams.
Heck no. I freaking love
Imagine
it.
a bunch of dimensions.
No, I think
like going into the squares.
I think that's shrooms or something. I think shrooms to make you do stuff like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never tried it before.
Exactly. But either way, your mind runs wild in your dreams.
It does. No, I really love it. Like, I like how like on white, I feel like the light gets dispersed evenly a little bit more.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I like your diamond cutting. They're called diamonds, right?
I guess
Should
so.
be diamonds. They look like spaceships, like Star the Fox
I
video
love it.
game.
I really love it. I'm like, thank you, honey. Thanks to TikTok Shop?
First time doing my TikTok purchase.
Yeah. So guys, I was on TikTok and then I ended up seeing this. I had already seen it for a while, and then I sent it to Lenchito, and I was like, oh look, I like these, and he ended up purchasing them. So thank you, honey. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Love
the
it.
white ones. There's a lot of them. So guys, go check them out. See what you like. You know, I wanted to go with something different on my side, so I picked the squares, not the diamonds, just to make it different.
And I like it because I was telling you before that it kind of looks like a really big portrait. Like a little fancy portrait, yeah.
But hopefully the cameras use it the same way.
I know. I hope the cameras are nice to us.
Right.
But what's up with Rolling Loud? What is going on? Like people they're gonna be rolling down. I mean, the sales are gonna be going down, but that was so bad. I had heard the first thing that I had heard from Rolling Loud was the Fuerza Regida, that they had canceled.
No, that's wrong. Well, for you, I guess.
What you see, what you know.
Us, it was Nathanael and Junior H weren't going to be performing no more.
Oh, they were the first ones.
Yeah, and then Fuerza Regida went on IG or, social media, and they were like, 100% confirmado, we're going to be there still.
Yeah.
¿Y qué pasó?
Yeah, no, that's right. But the first news that I saw was that Fuerza Regida was going to be there. But then today I started looking more into it. And yeah, that I guess you said Junior H and who else?
Nathanael Cano.
And Nathanael Cano. And Jimmy Humilde ended up posting it on his page. Did you see that too?
About what?
That it said, so he pretty much put the Rolling Loud advertisement that they had where they have like the whole lineup. And it said falso, like false, pretty much like false. They were saying that Rolling Loud was pretty much canceled them last minute. And that they ended up using pretty much the artists' names to advertise just to make more ticket sales. So because they were saying like the majority, I mean, I didn't see no stats, but supuestamente the majority, people are claiming that the majority of people that purchased tickets was to see those artists specifically.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it just because it's difficult to get those artists nowadays. They're grown so big to get them to an event, I guess, or a concert type. Meaning concert type, I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm saying more like an arena, right?
Yes.
Like it's hard for them to be in an arena now, so that would be the closest thing to it.
Yeah, I'm like, that's just freaking crazy. Like people, some people were saying like, oh, in order for you to be able to see all of those artists, you had to buy the 3-day passes, which was like $300. I don't know how much they were. I don't know, but they were pretty expensive.
Yeah, I saw somebody was spending more than $1,000.
$1,000?
Well, for
that's
the
probably
3 days.
for
Basically, those all 3 days together.
And on top of parking, on top of food.
If you had to get a hotel.
Yes. And that's not all, Lenchito. I guess Kanye West and some other artists también que iban a estar ahí. And they had advertised it. The way that they advertised it was like, they're going to pretty much going to be performing. So people, I don't know if you saw a TikTok where people were just like running in the what's it called? Well, where they had the event. Yeah, to the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that sucks is that they pretty much got, I don't know if they would call it scam. I guess scammed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was looking at the poster, you know, the one that was advertising that he was going to be there. It didn't seem, they didn't say that it was just going to, they were saying that it was like a listening party. So they weren't actually singing. He wasn't actually singing. He was just playing the music and just dancing around on the stage. So he not once did he pick up the mics, you know, start singing any of his songs.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I just saw it and I was just like, wow, what a freaking scam.
The only thing I saw was like the VIP was way further from the stage, and like people
like
that were
far.
actually running, they the ones that got the best viewing of it.
Yep.
But I have to still look onto that they weren't singing at all.
Yeah, that's what I saw on the TikTok. I'm like, imagine when we were putting false information. But every single video that I was seeing, it was just, you know, them just dancing around on the stage. Yeah.
Same thing I would say with, I didn't see the Jimmy Humilde one, but there has to be two side stories to it.
There always is.
Especially when, you know, again, I don't know what's going on with Jimmy Humilde and Fuerza Regida, but Fuerza said it was a personal issue, nothing to do with Rolling Loud.
Oh, really?
So for them to say it like that, and then Jimmy saying that it's a false advertisement because Nata and Junior weren't going to be there, I don't know. It sounds like something else is happening, but hey, it just sucks for the people. And, you know, that's one of the main reasons why I don't involve myself going to those type of events. Porque I would hate to try to go to one stage, another stage, you know. And I would just rather go to the concert arena and know they're coming out. I'm staying put and just waiting for them to come out.
No, y de la que te salvaste porque ibas a ir tú también. Just to go see them, huh?
No. I was going to try, but no. It was more into like, no. Que no hay dinero para eso.
No, but the thing is that, like, it sucks because, I mean, not to just continue to ramble about it, but it sucks. But there's people who literally just bought tickets to see Fuerza Regida, to see Junior H, to see Natanael Cano, and just for them to not show up, it really sucks. Like, there's a TikTok where this girl was just absolutely like, she was just upset because they weren't, that because Fuerza Regida wasn't going to show up. Yeah. But yeah, what a scam. I mean, if it is a scam, that freaking sucks.
Yeah. And then, you know, El Monje, they're going to go up there in June. And I think Junior H, I am pretty sure Nata too.
In Napa, right? There's like a music festival
and
going
Fuerza
on there too.
Are going to show up. And I was like, what if they don't even show up there?
I know.
But either way, now that I think about it, if this is June, right? This event that I'm speaking about is in June. Like, why Jimmy didn't say anything beforehand? Why he waited until the last minute?
Because supposedly Rolling Loud canceled on them last minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh.
So they didn't really false advertise.
Why?
Because they were doing on the works. Maybe they just didn't come to an agreement.
It could be.
I mean, at the end, it just fell off, but it was going to happen.
I'm like, well, maybe Rolling Loud needs to come out with a statement because all fingers are being pointed at Rolling Loud.
Hey, as I say, money talks. So
yes,
if both of them couldn't come in agreement, that's the situation that happens. And the one that gets the hardship of it is basically the consumer.
But, you know, like you said, you had a really good point that, you know, if you just to avoid any cancellation, because it happens a lot in festivals from what I've heard, that artists cancel, you know, they have to cancel last minute for XYZ reason. So it's mejor ir, you know, go to one of their actual concerts, because how often do they actually cancel? I don't know, but I haven't heard that like they cancel all the time. So mejor vayan a verlos a concierto.
Well, recently, to be honest, you know, El J, he just barely had bought Junior H and Nata, and they canceled for him. I think the concert was February, and it didn't even happen until like months later.
But they said...
So something's going on. Like, you know, yes, we can be blaming the...
passport situation?
Not the passport. I'm trying to say the event, you know, the event situation, whoever's doing the event, meaning like, let's say this time was Rolling Loud. But let's say last time, who was it? Was it Rancho Humilde? The one
like who dropped the ball?
Yeah, because they didn't make it to the date. And I guess maybe they got a different day and they showed up, right? But still, like, it's just, again, anything can happen. And they just need to be a little bit more Well,
But I mean, the good thing about it with like concerts like that, going to a concert, is that they can reschedule.
honestly,
And that's it.
I just remember another one.
Hmm.
I think same thing happened with Karol G in Vegas. I think it got pushed to a day before too.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, so it's happening, and again, I think it just has to be that they're not coming to an agreement, or situations just happen. So now we have to be to an open mind that it can just happen, and
That it can
maybe
just
pay a reasonable amount of money that you're willing to gamble.
Or when you purchase tickets, you can get that. What is it? The pay for the insurance. Pay for the insurance.
Hey,
that way you can get your money back. Well, I mean, would you
Sometimes
rather
it goes
lose
to like $100 to another $150.
Well, let's say that your tickets were $1,000. Would you rather lose out on $100? I mean, just pay a little bit more, $100 more, than lose your whole $1,000.
So now we're trying to say that they're doing this because they're like, hey, you better buy the insurance, and now you're gonna luck out,
just to get more money.
They're making more money at the end.
Yeah, but it's nothing new. It's not like it's something that hasn't, it's not like something new. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that, Lenchito.
But what about you? Are you willing to go to those type of events? I gave my spiel, like, no, I wouldn't, because I just hate the transition of going from one state to another. I don't know if Rolling Loud was going to be like that, obviously, but just to think about it that way for me, I'm like, I pass.
Yeah, I mean, we've never been to an event like that, but I will be going to a rave, so it's probably going to be the same thing, I guess. I guess they have like different stages. So we'll see. I'll let you know.
But I don't think you lose out. Like, I don't think it's the same feeling, because you're just going to go and you're whatever happens kind of situation.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Yeah, but now let's say you're willing to go look for a couple artists. That's why you have to make that decision. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and willing to do, one state to another state, doing all that walking, doing all that whole parking situation.
Yeah.
I mean, estás hablando que aquí está la esquina de la casa, por eso you're not thinking about it too much.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess I'll find out by, when I experience it, because I don't know any of the artists, but Cyan does. So I'll be able to get the experience of like going to one stage, going to another, and so forth.
Okay.
So
You'll
we'll
give
see.
us up to date.
I'll update next week. A ver cómo me fue. I'm pretty sure, there's gonna be a crowd of people, so I'm pretty sure there's gonna be something interesting to talk about.
Get ready to have those wipes ready for all that sweat you're gonna be touching.
I know. No, I need to buy wipes. I have. Yeah, I need to be ready.
Hey, that's another thing. You can give us some tips too for next week.
Yeah, for next week. Like, okay, and then maybe but I'm gonna go with an expert, so I think it'll be good.
All right.
Yeah. So speaking of scams, continue on with the scam, Lenchito.
Are you scamming me right now or what?
Yes, with all his makeup on. Just kidding.
Let's go. Let's dig that rabbit hole.
No. Okay, so Lenchito, we're both. I like to consider. I mean, not I like to consider. I know we're both really hardworking people. Everything and anything that we have, it's because we put in the work. We've, whether it's everything that you see on here, we've worked for it. Majority everything in this studio, you have worked for. Now, let's say that somebody just walks in and just picks up your stuff and takes it.
Well, that situation will never happen. I mean, come on now.
Hey,
let's be realistically.
On freaking wood, okay?
Con este cuerpo que me cargo de todo, I don't think they would try.
You're gonna be toreando? Not toreando. Yeah, you vas a andar corneando, however you say it. So there's this family in New York that purchased a $2 million home. Okay, great, amazing. I'm pretty sure, $2 million, you really have to work to get that type of a house that's worth that much. So when they purchased it, they haven't been able to move in because there's a squatter in there.
Okay.
So let me give you a little backstory, where they're usually, you hear because, they're probably like a homeless person came in and then they took over the home, right? So this person that was already living in the home, because this person was taking care of a sick person. He was pretty much his caregiver. And after the person, unfortunately, he passed away in January 2023. And he ended up pretty much just staying there. And when the new family that purchased the home tried to move in, pues ya no, they couldn't move in because he's refusing to leave. So of course, in the state of New York, I think all over the 50 states, they have the squatter law that they call it. And they in the state of New York, if a person is living in a home for 30 days or more, they're considered pretty much tenants for that home now.
Okay.
Yeah. So this family, they already tried to they tried to evict this person, but this guy is finding like loopholes to continue staying in that home.
Right.
So he ended up filing for bankruptcy. And I guess when they file for bankruptcy, they're not able to vacate the home until pretty much the bankruptcy that was filed is closed.
But the guy that's living there, basically, he applied for bankruptcy.
Yes. But he doesn't even live there. And another thing is that this family, the new family, I don't know if they already, they had already installed like utilities and stuff like that. So they're stuck still paying. What they're claiming is that they're paying thousands of dollars for like utilities or whatever it is to, I don't know for what reason, but they're stuck paying all of this stuff for them, for that guy.
But I mean, I wonder, as you mentioned, bankruptcy. So I wonder if he has any type of lease or ownership to this home, because for him to do that to that home, obviously there has to be something in his name. Yeah,
and that's a good point, because usually, like if you have something like a bill or something, it makes whatever case, like if you're trying to get them evicted or whatever legal case you're trying to get to, they like it kind of like strengthens the squatter's case in this case. So, but I don't know. I haven't. That's all I know so far. But this guy, like, it's always like, why does it have to be like? Why is it that these people are being protected? Like, why do they have to have rights to stay there? Like, it's not your property. It's not your home. And like, there's legal proof. Like, there's documents that show that these people bought this home.
Well, for that law, we got to find out why the law is put up. What happened for this law to come up.
So this takes it back to when Abraham Lincoln was president, the Homestead Act. So, but I can't remember exactly what had happened. So it was kind of like, I don't know if it's like not the Great Depression, because I was like way after that. But it's the Homestead Act. So the Homestead Act, it like if there was some settlers that were coming in, there was pretty much just como se dice, occupying land. So what the Homestead Act did is that when it was signed, whoever was occupying land or property, they had to work the land or do something with the land, pretty much being productive with the land in order for them to be able to keep it. After 5 years, if they're able to show that consistency, then they were able to keep the property and stay there.
Right.
So that's so it takes it back from way back then.
How are they working it right now for them to be able to keep it?
So that's the thing. So as long as as long as the squatters are paying, they're paying taxes, as long as they're maintaining the home. And what was the other one? There was another one. I think there was a third thing, but mainly like as long as they're paying taxes and maintaining the home. So
it sounds like paracaidistas, just like in Mexico, when they say, están cayendo paracaidistas. Same thing, I guess.
But that's freaking crazy. And let me tell you about this guy, the guy that's staying in that New York home. I'm telling you, like, why are we protecting stupid people? Because this guy, according to a source on the article that I saw, I think it was on the Insider's something. I'll probably put something on here, but that when he was taking care of this sick man, this man, I think he had his brain was bleeding or something like that. I don't know exactly the exact term of it. First of all, he was getting paid $3,000 a week. Okay, let's start there. And he would go out and party. People would see him at clubs, spending money, and he would freaking take the guy's cars, like luxurious cars. Of course, the man that he was taking care of, he had money, so he would take his whips. Se iba de parranda, y lo dejaba solo. But that's not all. Family members, friends close to the man that he was taking care of, he ended up signing like pretty much a protection order, so that people weren't able to get close to him, to the old man. So he was secluding everyone so that nobody can get near him, pa que no le laven el coco, because the man, unfortunately, he did have dementia también, early stages of dementia. So this man was like, of course he trusted the caregiver.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he just manipulated him on his way.
This little jerk manipulated him.
It was crazy. All
for his benefit. And even after his passing, he's still doing all of this to other people.
Well, it's just people getting comfortable. I'm saying that because funny that you say about this, the squatters. There was just on the news saying like there's a guy that's been called the exterminator now.
The exterminator? I think I know who you're talking about. What?
His name is Flash Shelton. So same thing happens here in Hollywood. Like there's people that are just breaking in and getting into the houses.
Yeah.
And he's saying they're just more like criminals. They're not really even people that are homeless. Like it's just people that want, unfortunately, like an easy life.
Because they know the laws. They know that there's laws that can protect them.
Yeah. So it's just for him, I think it happened back in 2019. His mom or his dad had like a house, and when they went to go to the house they were renting or had, like there were 7 squatters there. So he had to find a way to basically kick them out.
Yeah. So
he made a career of his own now. So he's basically the squatter hunter.
Yeah.
And you know how much his fees start?
How much?
5,000.
A huevo?
I mean, he has to do a lot of things. Obviously, it might take a while. Like he has to go be involved with the city law, and then he has to, I guess,
attorneys.
And then like some lease and show like there is his property at the moment because he has a lease. So I mean, there's a lot to go for. So it's an actual job. So kudos to him for coming up with this job. But, it's just going to happen. It's happening everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It happens everywhere. That's why they have that. Again, like, why are we protecting these people? I don't get it. But I mean, I guess it takes it back from history. Yes, because they're people. There's human rights.
That's where it comes to. Like, some of these laws are so outdated that they need to be updated.
They do.
But are we going to open a can of worms? Are we going to open a rabbit hole? Because, like, they're going to start messing with it. And what if they mess with it and make it worse and even better? That's
the thing. Like, there's always going to be loopholes to something. I always feel like it doesn't matter how ¿cómo se dice? How complicated you put the combination on the lock, there's always going to be a way to open that lock, I don't know. But I mean, all I have to say, there's always, even though there's laws to protect the squatters, but there's also laws in place to be able to protect like the homeowner, the landlord. Because, there's people que también rentan sus casas, and, people who rent their houses, sometimes they're not occupied. One of the things that I saw, I don't know did you see anything, like any laws that can be protected?
No, I didn't come about any laws right now.
Well, since we live in the state of California, and I have to say, like, como se dice, una disclaimer, I'm not a professional. I don't, don't take my advice. Always go to your, always do your own research. Get some, como se dice, legal advice before you go on doing these things. But I know in the state of California, you can take legal action by going to your courts or whatever, so that you can give the squatters notice. So you still have to give the squatters notice, like, hey, you have to be out by this time. Right. And if you don't, then then you're going to take further legal action. So, whatever that action is, of course, a lot of people, what I saw was that it's very expensive to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would do it. Would you do it? Would you take action?
It's just difficult. I mean, it has to depend on the situation.
See, in my head, okay, not what I would do. In my head, I would take action, beat the shit out of them. Como se dice, I have the right to bear arms, okay? But legally, you cannot do that because it can, let's say if you still, even after you beat their ass, if you want to kick them out, it's going to make things harder for you.
Yeah.
Because now you have charges against you and all of these things going on. So I'm like, but I was just like, just thinking about it, me da un coraje. I'm just like, oh, why are people like that? Like, pónganse a trabajar. No sé, como what did Kim Kardashian say? Get your ass up and work.
Yeah, but it's not that they're not working. It's just they want to live the easier life. It's not that they're not working. Some people probably have good careers. It's just they want the easy way out. So they're like, hey, nobody was living here. I am. And, it's going to take a while. And it takes a long while process just for them to get kicked out. So
I know. And see, with this family that we were talking about, they bought the home in October 2003. And they still haven't been able to move in. They're going to have, and they've had 5 different court hearings, but this man just continues to get away with things 5 times. And they're going to have their next court hearing is going to be in April. So next month. So I'm like, I'm going to keep up with this one. So I'm like, and I hope they're able to kick this guy out because I'm like, how disgusting.
It's almost like now that you're saying they were on vacations and they came back, it's almost like, hey, you have to have somebody come live at your house for a little bit until you come back for vacation. Para que no te pase.
Yeah, I'm like, I wonder if that's why people do house sitting. Well, one, para que no te roben las cosas, right? So that people don't burglarize your home.
Hey, that's a good app.
What?
Making an app about house sitting. Like, hey, you can hire me as a house sitter for your vacation.
I'm like, there might be. I'm like, a ver, busca uno. No, that'd be a good idea because there's like, there's dog sitters, there's babysitters, house sitters. I'm pretty sure there's something out there.
Yeah. Si no, pues deberían de tener un perro, 2, ya ven, para que los muerdan si se quieren brincar.
No, nomás para que te cuide tu mujer, pero también para tu casa.
Wow.
You know that song? You know which song I'm talking about? Para que te cuide tu mujer, cómprate un perro.
No, I do not.
No?
You're too old for me.
I think it's El Baile del Perrito. No. No, it's not that one.
No way.
I don't know. But yeah, no, that it sucks for that family that, they worked their ass off for some freaking, ¿cómo se dice? Atenido.
But either way, I feel like the person that has an issue, not an issue, but the person that is responsible for it too is the person that sold them the house because he should have known that they were in there. But
I mean, even if they did, like maybe.
Nah.
I mean, like, what if like they thought like, okay, they're gonna move out? But that's true.
No, because they had to at least make a comment about it. Oh, like there's this person living there at the moment, and this is happening. There's no way there was nothing on file that this guy was clean. But
I mean, it's a 2.3 million home. So what I've seen a lot, like from what I watch from like the Kardashians or, some celebrities que dejan todo allí, they leave everything inside the home. So it's probably something common for people to still be living there and then they leave.
Oh, because they should know, like if they have a lease, all of this information should be public information. So they should know like this person's in there. It's not supposed to be in there. It's like how is it able? I don't know how how the whole closing situation happens when you're buying a house, but it's like how is it that the bank is able to close, but you're not able to kick this person out?
Money talks. Like you said, money talks. I don't know the whole situation with that, but it just sucks. So homeowners, see, that's why por eso me da miedo. Like I would love to buy property and rent them out. Like my parents did it when they lived in Bloomington. Like we had a duplex home.
But then how are you gonna kick them out? That's the thing.
Excuse me. No, that's what I'm saying. Like it was cool because what I'm saying is like my parents, I asked them before, like, hey, how was it when you guys had tenants? They're like, oh no, we had really good tenants. They never had any issues with them. But I mean, you just hear these really ugly stories of people not wanting to leave.
It's more common now.
Yeah, not wanting to leave, or they do leave, but they leave the home like upside down.
What do you mean?
Yeah, meaning
the roof
like
is on the bottom now.
practically. No, but like how people, like once they vacate the home, they get upset because they get evicted. So people get upset and they end up trashing the home.
Mm-hmm.
So like the walls, like I don't know, it just looks disgusting.
Yeah, like they start even probably quitándole todo el cobre, all the copper wire, to sell it and recycle it.
But I mean, the good thing, there's laws to be able to protect them. Like another law that I saw is that, not a law, but like, let's say if you do want to vacate someone, whoever like owns a home or is renting a home, to make sure that you have a written document. Like that's why people say that, it's really important for you to sign a lease and be very detailed and specific as far as, how long your stay is going to be. And, all of these other crazy things, because even like family members, even if you're going to be renting your home to a family member, I think you should still do it. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah.
Like you should still have them sign. Friends, like people who you wouldn't even think would, do something like that. It's happened and it's happening. Mm-hmm. Freaking sucks. I'm like, all that hard work for somebody else to just be like, it's mine now. Yep. Did you hear? Okay, now moving on. I'm like, enough of this. I'm like, let me piss some more people off. I'm like, let me
You're be pissing more people off.
I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I'm so angry. But it's because like some people tienen que hacer unas tarugadas to ruin it for other people. So I don't know if you heard about what Walmart's doing. Some Walmarts so far.
What, removing the self-checkout?
Removing the self-checkout. So some Walmart, I don't know if they started. I think they did start doing it already. But what they're doing if you want to use a self-checkout, you'll have to purchase a subscription of I think it's $12 a month, $12 and something a month, which sums up to $98 a year. See, de por sí, groceries are expensive as hell. Now, having to add that subscription.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, because I heard something else.
What?
I heard supposedly like people are retaliating and saying like, you guys should be paying me back what I work for you for free. Because me basically bagging my own groceries, I'm basically working for you at that moment.
That's so stupid.
But it's true.
It is true. It is true.
If I get injured by putting something in the grocery bag, who's going to be responsible?
You for being a little weak.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It can happen. Like, situations can happen. And again, I'm just saying the extreme. I'm not saying, who's right, who's wrong. It doesn't matter. The situation is not really involving me at the moment. But yeah, it does kind of make sense as well. Like the whole self-checkout, maybe it became a convenient thing for us because we're able to just go in and out.
Yeah.
But we never thought about it as like, oh, well, I'm kind of a worker of yours. Like, pay me, give me a discount, because I believe they're going to start giving you a 10% discount if there is a self-checkout in some places too, because obviously they have to compensate you somehow.
That's silly.
And then, yes, it sucks because if that person that is working there, it takes their time and doesn't really despacharte rápido, well, you're going to be stuck there for a little longer. But
I mean, with that 10%, ahora, that's probably going to affect the workers, right? Because ahora ya no les van a pagar. Si de por sí, minimum wage, it's not a livable wage. Ahora, that's probably going to...
think about it. They're just going to raise the prices.
Oh, raising the price.
Yeah. That's how they compensate about it.
Oh my gosh, these people. Stop stealing people.
Oh, you never said it. I interrupted you. You never said anything about stealing.
Oh, no, that's it. Well, the reason why Walmart's doing that, why some of the Walmarts are doing that, is because, they noticed that they were losing a lot of money on... yeah, pretty much. They were just losing a lot of money.
On what they call it when they scan something, but they don't scan it?
Yeah.
Yo que trabajé in retail, ya se me olvidó how you say it.
I don't know, but like people scan an Apple and purchase and take a, ¿cómo se dice? A PlayStation.
Nah, tampoco.
I mean, you'd be surprised.
I mean, no, I believe it, but I mean, that's why a lot of these stores now have everything locked up too. So it's an inconvenience for us now, that we have to wait. Like the other day I went to Walmart and I had my product, they grabbed it. So, I have to then go in line and wait for it. The lady goes and looks for it and it's not even in there. So I had to skip out on it because I wasn't going to be waiting, any longer. So that's having people behind me waiting, or, maybe somebody took it. They gave the wrong item to somebody else. So I was like, pa ir para atrás, grab the item again, then bring it to the front, then bring it out. I was like, nah.
So that's another loss for them too.
Pretty much. But I mean, at least they didn't lose out on the money.
Yeah.
Because they got ringed out, or, another line might have had it.
Yeah. What's this world becoming?
Hey, but to think about it, I will say that they do lose a lot of money by people not ringing up the actual item, or they just scan one but don't scan the rest.
Scan the other. That's crazy. That is so crazy.
Oh, talking about that, the McDonald's, how they have the self-checkouts too. Yes. Are they supposed to be giving me a free burger or fries? Why? Because I'm putting in my order too. I'm working for them.
See, my thing is time.
And they're gonna start getting paid $20 an hour.
My thing is time is money. Okay, like the quicker I can get in and get out, like I don't care. Like I will bag my own stuff. I will pay,
Ahorita que estás joven, mi dear, pero ya cuando tengas tus añitos and you're not able to pack and stuff.
I'm gonna have my little me and my little caretaker.
Oh, but so you're gonna be paying more.
Got it. You want to? Got it. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, everything sounds perfect, but you never know.
I don't know. I won't know. Like you say, I won't know until I get there.
That's the reason I think sometimes
you're going to be bagging my stuff till the day I die, okay?
Well, yeah, you never know with my situation what can happen. So, so I'm saying all this.
Just don't get arthritis.
Oh, you know what then? We're going to be using buying stuff online and having them delivered to us.
Yeah. I mean, that's already in place, so we don't have to worry about bagging our stuff. But that's expensive. Have you ever? Oh my gosh! So for work, one time when we were doing a potluck, and I forgot that I was supposed to buy drinks, and I was like, okay, screw it. You know what? I'll just buy it online. A 12-pack of soda is how much? Like, let's say a Coke, 12-pack of Coke.
They're expensive now. They're like $6, $7 if you don't get like 4. If you don't get a deal, that's what I'm trying to say.
I ended up paying over $20.
Yeah, because it's like $10 the fee
service, the fee plus the tip, because I don't want I know I've done Uber and Lyft, so I know that's how they make extra money. So I tipped. So I was just like, dang it.
Well, that was your fault for forgetting to go get them. So
yes. But I mean, if you're old and you have a good pension, then you can have somebody to pick up your stuff.
Hey, it's even getting harder to get pensions now.
Hey, that's why I'm going to be nice. That's why I'm going to be nice to my nietos and my nieces and nephews. Being like, hey, honey, I need something from the store. Can you bring it to me? Of course, grandma. Todos van a andar peleando por mí. Just kidding.
Well, I don't know, because you don't have any nieces or nephews really close by, so.
I don't, so I'm like, y'all better move over here. I'll buy them a house. I'll make them a little back house in my home.
All right, well, para cerrarle ya to the last one y nos vamos topic. It's almost the same thing as you were mentioning right now about the whole Walmart. You know how I mentioned to you about $20 now for fast food?
Yeah.
The other day we went to Buffalo Wild Wings and we were like, is this considered a fast food restaurant or a fast food, environment? And I was like, well, no, right? Because it doesn't have a drive-through. It's like kind of the same way you think about it, like, oh, if it doesn't have a drive-through, it's not a fast food. Because we would say that'd be the dine-in of Buffalo Wild Wings. And we were saying that because the whole $20 situation.
Well, because I know there's a Panda Express I know a Panda Express, and they don't have a drive-through, so is that considered fast food? Because there's another Panda Express around here. Y también they have a drive-thru.
What is the definition of fast food then? Because even Starbucks now, if you look at them, they say drive-through. It's very specific.
I don't know.
But that was the whole thing. I was like, dang, is this going to get more expensive too? Is any restaurant going to become more expensive because everybody's going to start getting paid $20 an hour?
Because it's going to be dining. So that's the thing. I'm like, well, I mean, see, I want to say, well, I was like, well, you're just going to be flipping burgers, but I mean, there's more to just flipping burgers, though. You're dealing with customer service, you're cleaning, you do a lot. Like I've never worked at a restaurant or any food service, but I can assume it's very, ¿cómo se dice? It's heavy work. I feel like it is heavy work. Like, I'm not going to judge anybody just because, you're going to quote unquote flip burgers. You're not only flipping burgers. You're serving your customers. You're serving your community.
Yeah, I guess.
They deserve it. I feel like they deserve it. Now, the ones that are rude, se pueden sentar. I can't be mean, huh?
No, but I mean, it just gives me thinking, like, what about everybody else that doesn't do that? You know what I mean? Like whatever other minimum wage is going that you have. I don't know what the minimum wage
like
right
a register?
Now. Yeah.
Like being a cashier. Being a cashier. Again, same thing. You're still dealing with customers. And customers can be freaking, like it can be hard working with customers.
So that's why is it not equal? Why just don't make $20 an hour for everybody?
Yeah. I mean, as they should. Because it is hard work for anyone. Retail. I'm like, what's a job that doesn't deserve $20 an hour? For like, that's like not an entry level. I don't know. I think they should just bump it up.
Yeah.
Especially like with the cost of living. Like it's just not a living wage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it makes more sense if everybody gets that whole $28 an hour minimum wage, not just fast food.
Yeah. And I was going to say, I'm like, maybe it'll make people want to work even harder. But I'm like, no, they're going to do the same.
There's no way.
No.
But yeah, I know. Well, we'll see how the economy goes with that. Because what if people stop going to go eat at fast food restaurants?
Because it's expensive.
It's going to be expensive.
Yeah, it is already.
Well, yeah, but now imagine you're almost going to pay $20 just for a meal.
I already am.
But other than that, pues, thank you guys for clicking on this video. Thank you to the new subscribers. Welcome.
Welcome. Like I said, welcome to your new casita. I hope you guys enjoyed the new set. If you don't know what we're talking about, just look at the previous sets. Go to the very first one, Lenchito. Go to the very first one.
Cuando todavía estamos aprendiendo.
I know, but you do. Kudos to you. I'm gonna give you your flowers, even though I gave you some already, but some real ones. But I'm gonna give you flowers, honey. You've brought this place.
Imagine you're giving me my flowers and the freaking video comes all messed up.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot something. I almost did, guys. By the way, I almost forgot to play record on the mics.
But regardless, like you've done such a great job here. And pa arriba, ¿cómo se dice? De aquí para arriba.
Yeah, still learning.
Pura pa adelante.
You still gotta keep on learning.
Yes. So if you guys enjoyed this set, I hope you guys today enjoyed my rant for today. And if you guys know a situation like that, or you guys know someone who's going through a situation, maybe they can drop it on the comments. Maybe what's the situation and how they were able to overcome it and stuff like that. Because maybe there's somebody who's watching and they're, dealing with that right now.
Very true.
But I know sometimes if it's legal stuff, they can't
put
it on there unless it's
the squatter hunter.
Yes, call the squatter hunter. Go to your local offices and find out any information on how to take care of that porque está cañón.
Así es. Well, we wrap it up.
All right, guys. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, here in the beautiful world of YouTube and Spotify and Apple Music.
Absolutely. You did that very well.
Alrighty, guys. I know nos vemos.
Hasta luego. Bye.